All right, we are here. We've arrived. I am Nicole.
And I'm Brian.
And together we are
Our Guilty Collections.
And we're super excited. We are here to talk about Home Depot's 2025 Halloween animatronic lineup.
Yes.
And they got some nice ones.
They do. Right off the bat, I want to start with something that's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while since it was released. I believe it was 2019. I could be wrong on the dates. But they're bringing it back this year.
They are.
The pirate ship.
The pirate ship, which I didn't realize that this was like a re-release. Like, I knew you had wanted a pirate ship.
Yes.
But it didn't like connect until you were like, babe, this is like the re-release of the pirate ship. And what I will say, what I like about this version, the 2025 version, is the mermaid on the front. Like, that completely sells me on it. That's why I want it.
I mean, I just love it all around.
Mm.
I love that they have the skeleton driving it like they did in the previous one. I love that the wheel moves, the hand, it has movement.
And it's like, that's the, I always say automated.
Animated, yes.
Automatic system.
Yes, it moves.
That's like animated, like the whole like wheel moving and everything.
Yes, and I think that makes it even more better.
Yeah.
That it moves.
Yeah.
I don't remember if the 2019 one moved. It probably did, but just that little stuff like that, those little details make me like it even more.
Yeah, and that's like this year's hearse.
Yes.
It's kind of like the big, I don't want to say big ticket, but it's kind of like the big ticket item of the year.
And Lord knows, I went to hundreds of Home Depots trying to find that hearse. We did end up getting it.
We did end up getting it, but prior to getting it, we searched 4 different states.
Yes. Because, we went on vacation, and then we were looking at that state's Home Depot.
And we were like, should we ship it up the coast to get it home? But, that maybe wasn't the most functional thing. But we would have done it.
Yes, but so for me, the pirate ship is a must-have this year. If I'm able to get my hands on it, I have to get it.
I totally get that. But, here's the thing. When you first showed me the video of, like, the first, like, leaked footage of the pirate ship, you were like, babe, look at this. I knew you were looking at the pirate ship. I knew that's, like, I'm like, it is cool. I love the mermaid. But my attention was completely distracted by behind that footage of the pirate ship was footage, well, not footage, but a picture of Bride of Frankenstein. And that, to me, was a big, big deal because we already have Frankenstein.
Which I love.
He's one of your favorites, correct?
Yes. They did very good with Frankenstein last year. I'm so glad they're bringing him back out, so in case people didn't get him,
He's one that I think is a classic in any like collection, whether you're like a Halloween fan, animatronics fan, classic movie monsters fan. I like the way his eyes move. I like the audio.
Yeah, it's not just a stationary.
Yeah.
Like,
the typical.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he moves. His face moves. His eyes up and down.
Yeah.
It's great.
So because we have him, I love brides. I collect a lot of like bride dolls, bride figurines. To see a life-size Bride of Frankenstein, I think she's beautiful. I love her hair. And what's funny, I think we were seeing a lot of like reviews. A lot of people were wondering, where's the audio? Why doesn't she speak? Why is there no voice? Come on, people. Bride of Frankenstein does not have a voice, and that's what makes her like...
I did ask that. I'm not gonna lie. I did ask. But I'm not big into the...
Like the universal.
That universal. Like, I just know... I like Frankenstein because I love the aesthetic of Frankenstein. Because who doesn't know Frankenstein, right?
Exactly.
Like,
I grew up watching all of, like, the classic monster movies. I was horrified of Wolfman. If they make a Wolfman animatronic, it ain't happening.
Yes. Yes, it is.
No. He horrifies me. I love the creature from the Black Lagoon, but I don't think I could do life. I think if it's like a 6-foot lagoon creature, it would freak me out.
Okay, but what size would you?
I would almost say like Pennywise.
So Pennywise is about 4 feet. They say.
Like a 4-foot creature would be cute.
Okay.
But 6 foot with like his like
giant
webbed fingers. I don't know.
Okay.
But continuing forward, what's another one that you definitely think is like on your list?
Definitely on my list will have to be, I think we both want this one equally,
Mm-hmm.
Leprechaun.
Yes. Leprechaun. I love the second I saw it. If you guys have seen, we've shared our custom Leprechaun that Brian and his dad have worked on and built and put together with like...
The body, the mask was custom.
Mm-hmm. I was in charge of the clothes. I dressed him up. But I think Leprechaun needs friends.
Yes. And at first I wasn't a fan, I'll be honest with you, because I wanted it to be the the leprechaun, Warwick Davis, I
Yep.
want it to be that. But when I sat back and I just realized, okay, look at it for what it is,
Mhm.
it's a leprechaun. Like,
It's not necessarily going to be
no,
the licensed Warwick Davis leprechaun. Like it's a leprechaun.
it's a start.
Yeah.
And I think that for what it is, it's great.
Especially
I like it.
we don't get any
Leprechaun,
leprechaun
stuff, yeah.
things. Like there's hardly ever anything. So I think to see even just a nod to that holiday,
Yes.
like you see like obviously Halloween, you see spooky Christmas, you see Halloween. You don't see like spooky St. Patrick's,
Yeah, that's right. No.
right?
I always said like the leprechaun never gets as much shine
Yeah.
or as the other people.
He always says, "Leprechaun don't get no love."
He gets no love. It's true.
It's like your catchphrase. Leprechaun ain't get no love.
You can't walk into the store usually and just buy a leprechaun statue or like
No.
like the
With the exception of like around St. Patrick's Day, like the little stuffed animals that have like little shamrocks in their heads, you don't see like
the scary
the
villain.
the more what's that called, like folklore,
Yes.
like more scary, because leprechauns are like, I say mischievous. I think the word is mischievous, but leprechauns are known to be a little bit more like cunning and conniving and not the nicest little fellas.
But as you see it right here, he says stuff, he talks.
Mhm.
I think he swings his axe, I believe. Right?
I think
So
his movement. I like his hat. I'm a fan of the hat,
oh yes,
and I like his little
the white patch.
yeah.
But yes,
Oh.
this is a must have for both of us, I believe.
Yeah, for me it's a done deal because Leprechaun needs to have his little leprechaun friends, and he's got a little gold satchel. I'm down.
Okay, so right there. Okay.
In talking about how other holidays sometimes don't get like the spooky love, they do have what we saw the glimpse of in the video, like a spooky bunny. Thoughts?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not a fan of the spooky bunny.
He's big.
He's big. He's just not my thing. I
He-
mean,
He's big. I think this goes back to what I was saying about the creature from the Black Lagoon. We got the spooky bunny like statue with like the little light up eyes from Home Depot
yeah,
last year, and that's like what, like maybe like 3 feet.
blow mold type.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
that's what it is, a blow mold. That blow mold spooky bunny I think was very cute. It's a little spooky bunny. This giant, it to me looks like it has to be like at least 6 feet.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's furry. To me,
Looks like it
it's
has rabies. It's like a rabbit.
rabbit, 6 foot. I was gonna say squirrel.
I mean, that's what they were going for. I think with me, I'm not really that into the animatronics.
Yeah.
That's just me. People might love them.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my thing.
I think if maybe we put like a little cute bow on them and like a little cute colorful basket.
This Halloween. It's not Easter.
Yes, that is not the Easter bunny. That I can assure you.
This the Easter bunny's brother that went to jail 10 times.
Felon bunny.
Yeah.
And on that note, so we both love Leprechaun. The bunny's the bunny, to each their own. There is, I guess I wouldn't really necessarily say Christmas, but winter,
Yes.
they have like a spooky snowman, animatronic.
For me, it kind of reminds me of like the evil like Jack Frost,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This one I like.
I do. I like the face a lot and the scarf. See, we have Jack Frost, like the man from Home Depot, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Last year's Home Depot.
we have Jack Frost, the person. So the snowman, I think, fits that vibe. It fits
Yes.
that, yeah,
Put them next to each other.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great match. So
like the spooky winter wonderland. I like that a lot.
yeah, I would definitely buy that one. I mean, that would be to the list. Won't be on the top of the list, but would definitely be on the list of buys for this
Yeah.
season.
I think I like it because it's original, like it's new.
Yes.
I think they do have a couple. We see Skelly coming back this year. Your
With,
favorite.
It's not that I don't like Skelly. I like Skelly. I just believe
It all comes back to the hearse.
there was so many Skellys. You see, like each Home Depot had like 40 of them in
Yep.
stock. It's like, yo, come on, get some more hearses in.
We
you know?
would go to Home Depot to search for the hearse, and we would see big boxes, and we'd be so excited, and we'd run to them, and it would be like 20 Skellys, 20 Skelly dogs, and I love Skelly dog, by the way, but we'd be like, oh, come on, where's the hearse? So hopefully the pirate ship is more
Available, yes.
more available this year and not hidden by Skellys. But we see the return of the Skelly, the return of the Fear Valley Wolf.
Yes. That one I like too. We didn't get him, but I do like that one.
He scares me. The dog scares me.
That's one that my parents wanted.
Yes.
You know, when they saw in our video, they were asking me all questions about the Valley Wolf, and I was like, yeah, that's animatronic, and they wanted it.
They fell in love with that very, very quickly. What's new about it, not the wolf, but Skelly, aren't they making what we saw in the video? A mini?
6 foot. I believe it's 6 foot skeleton.
I love the what is it? LCD eyes. Yeah. I love the eyes. And I think what's nice about this is like for the people that want Skelly but can't, like they live in an apartment complex and can't put him on their front lawn, or they need him in a more limited space. I like that they're making a smaller version.
Yes, I'm more of a fan of the 6 foot than I am the 12 foot.
I like the 12 foot.
I just think 12 foot is so big.
That's why I like it. Go big or go home.
But they're going to have both of them, right? So you should be able to get the 6 foot and the 12 foot.
Oh, so you could you could make a whole family. You get like parent Skellys, you get like little kid Skellys.
There you go, yes.
You have like your whole family like on your front lawn, just repping for your family.
And they're also coming out with which once I saw it, I was like, yep, take my money, Home Depot, right there, you got me. A mini Dean, the bartender.
And first off, I didn't even catch it. Brian's like showing me the video. He's like, look, babe. I'm like, oh yeah, it's Dean. They're bringing him back. Awesome. No, look, what do you notice? I'm like, he's Dean. I love Dean. Yeah. He looks great. He's like, no, what do you notice? He's like, he's on the bar. And I was like, oh, are they releasing a bar? Like, and he's like, no, babe, he's on the bar. And I was like, oh, he's little.
Yes. I don't know what size he is, but he's a must-have right there. Like
mini Dean. And again, perfect if you love Dean and you're like, oh, I can't really fit him.
Yeah, that was a good point that you brought up. Like,
yeah.
If you can't fit the 6 foot Dean, get the mini Dean and put him on a tabletop.
Like he could be like a table centerpiece. He could be like, I think, to me, I love Dean to begin with, but a miniature version is even cuter. He could be in the center of a table. He could be on an end table in a living room, on a bar.
Yep.
Love it. Love.
Yes. And another one they're bringing out is, I believe this is the Raven, it's called.
It looks like a raven.
I'm a fan of him. It's so cool.
Okay.
It's a lantern.
I liked the Plague Doctor last year.
Okay.
I got past the beak. I don't like birds, for those that are wondering. I'm not a fan of birds. I have a fear of birds. The Plague Doctor, I was like, oh, okay, that's a cool like mask. That's what the Plague Doctors used to wear. The issue I have with this one, and it's more so a personalized fear, is the feathers. I can't get past the feathers. And I think it goes back to like the furry bunny one. The feathers freak me out.
And on the opposite, I like the feathers. I think it came out great. I believe it makes like the bird sound, right? Like, ooh, this one's good, but I don't think she's gonna let me have this one.
No,
this is the one I'm probably gonna have to want, but admire from a distance, as they say.
We'll visit Home Depot and you can look at it. But I don't think I can have it like on display, especially in the house.
But what if it's outside, like in the backyard, like just chilling? That you don't even gotta see it, and you just hear it.
Wake up, open the curtains. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, then again, I've adjusted to a lot. Like I used to be horrified of clowns, and I've adjusted to good old Pennywise and Terrifier. So maybe I'll acclimate. But birds are a rough one. For me, one that I'm like, oh, I love it, but the size, and you love it as well. The size is where I go, oh, it's just so big. Ugh. The ogre. Tell me the ogre is not so cool.
100%. I didn't expect to like this one.
Yeah.
And when you see it, you're like, whoa, like, it's so cool. And at first, when you look at it, like, without the sound, you think, oh, it's a friendly ogre. It's not friendly, apparently.
Who is that from Dragon Tales? Oh, no, they're dragons. I always thought Org was his name.
Yeah.
That's what Org was, a dragon, but he was friendly. This guy's an ogre. He is not friendly.
I would definitely get this one. He's definitely on my list.
Yeah.
I think he's unique, different.
Yeah, you don't see stuff like that. You don't see... No. Again, like, what I like is them branching out into, you know what? Let's do ogres. Let's do leprechauns. Like, more broad fandoms.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of fandoms.
You've been waiting for this.
I've been waiting. Again, this more so goes for my love of brides.
Okay.
Like, I've fallen in love, when we talk about Chucky and Tiffany, I've fallen in love with Tiffany because I love her bridal aesthetic. I have so many bride statues of her. We last year got Chucky from Home Depot.
Yes.
Which we love.
I love Chucky. I got 2 of them actually, because when he discounted him at one point, he went down to I believe $50 or $90. Yeah, $99 to $50. So I had to get another one.
And we love that Chucky. Again,
Yes.
again, it's kind of like Frankenstein. The face, like the texture of the face, the eyes, the way it moves, the way that its mouth makes like expressions. He's really sick. And I said last year, I was like, oh, this ain't right. Like, why not have Tiffany if you're going to have, you have to have his girl.
And here she is.
And here she is. I'm really excited about her. I'm not the most familiar with her movies. I'm more into her aesthetic, if that makes sense. I love the aesthetic of Tiffany. Like I said, I love her items. So to me, to have an animatronic of her, done deal.
I'm more a fan of the movies. I love the Chucky movies. So once I saw this that they were coming out with her, I was like, finally. I wish they would have done it last year.
Yeah.
Along Chucky, but they didn't. But they made it up by bringing her out this year. So I definitely think she's must have.
Yeah. We need her to go with Chucky. But I meant to ask you, do you also want this Chucky?
Now, here's the thing. Yes, I would get it, but it wouldn't be a must-have since I already have the first Chucky. Like, I know that the Chucky from last year is not the one that was with
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
the one from last year is like the cleaner cut.
Yes.
Chucky, like good guy doll.
Yes, he has
this
no
one,
scars.
Yeah, this one's all like stapled and everything.
Yeah, so this one, of course I would get Chucky.
Yeah.
I love Chucky. So yes, I would get this one. But I don't know if it was oh my gosh, I have to get it. Her. I'll have to get her first.
Yes.
Like her, she was done deal. Like, I'll knock your grandma over for her.
No, Granny. No, but if I could be honest, I honestly think, knowing how much you love Chucky, I feel like we're going to get Tiffany, and then you're going to end up getting Chucky to go with her. Because I feel like she's not going to match the current aesthetic we have of Chucky, and we're going to end up with this Chucky too.
We know once we get to the store, and if they have both of them, we're grabbing both of them.
That's like when Dean and Marie were both released. We went to the store. We went to the grocery store. No, we went to Home Depot for Dean. And then I saw Marie, and she's like the maid with the feather duster. This was 2 years ago? Last year?
This was last year.
Yeah.
Because we wanted Dean 2 years ago, and then we never got him. And then last year, we found him at a store.
And he had Marie, the maid, next to him. And I was like, well, we need her. So this is what happens to us. We have to finish our pairings. So I have a feeling...
yes,
Chucky
we have a
2.0.
problem. Yes, we have an animatronic problem. Yes.
That's why we're guilty with our collections.
Yes.
So yeah, I think they're great. Also in that sense, like of like finishing collections, like sets. I like because we have like Dean the bartender. Last year they had Jax, which is like the guy that sits like
the poker player.
Poker, thank you. He sits with his cards. I think going with that like saloon, I guess is the word.
Theme,
that like saloon theme. This year they're releasing a barber.
Yes.
Which I originally thought was a butler, and then I saw the blades, and I'm like, hold up a minute.
Yes, he is cool. He's about probably 6 foot, I would say, right? I mean,
yeah, I think so.
Could be wrong. But
like I said, all the sizes are probably so off. But
I definitely think yes, he will fit in with that decor that we have of Dean the bartender. We have the poker player Jax.
Yeah.
I think he will fit right along there.
Yeah, that old like saloon, like playing the piano type of thing. And I like the not Edward Scissorhands. Sweeney Todd, like the Sweeney Todd has like the 2 blades in his hands, and he's like, "I'll give you a close shave." Yeah. He says it better. He doesn't say it in that voice, but.
So that's a must-have for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I think he's one of the ones that I think in person I'm gonna be like, oh, he really completes that saloon set, and I'm gonna want him, especially when we get like Mini Dean. I feel like he fits the whole like vibe.
Yes.
Yeah. One thing that we don't ever get, I don't even think we own one, are witches.
I mean, they bring them out. They release them all the time. We just don't get them. I'm not a fan of the witches. I'll be honest with you. That's not my vibe.
I think we're more horror movies, horror like characters, and less Halloween
itself.
Like I feel like it's like less like witches, ghosts.
Yeah, we're not really. Yeah, that's what it is.
Does that make sense?
We really don't collect the ghosts except if they came out with a Casper animatronic. I'm on it. Casper, the friendly ghost. Yes, but it does look nice. I don't like the rat or whatever is in her hand.
I was gonna say I think it's
Possum?
an opossum.
Okay.
I think it was reminding me of the pale girl from Party City.
Yes.
That has like the opossum that she's like swinging. I will say of the witches that they look to be like releasing, there's another one. She to me is cooler. And again, and this is coming from the person that doesn't like birds. She has like a crow on like her, I guess like staff, you would say, and it reminds me of like a Maleficent, like a Disney.
Yeah.
Like she has the bird. That one's very cool to me.
And she also has bones around her neck, if you noticed.
Yeah, and again, I think that's why we go more like the horror and less like the cartoony Halloween. So I think maybe that's why I like her. I think she's more like she's different. The one I liked, and I think it was actually Lowe's, was the Sea Witch.
Yes.
From last year. She had like a crystal on top of her staff, and she had like all like the netting and leaves and ivy on her. Her I liked, and I think that would fit if you're getting like the pirate ship Jaws.
Yes.
Which, did we discuss Jaws?
We have not. I don't think, right? No.
Well, let's hop on over.
A classic,
swim on
a
over.
movie classic, a horror classic, Jaws.
It's nice.
It is nice. I don't know if it has any animation to it.
It might just be a statue. Not a statue, but like a figure.
Which I think they did a great job with it. I'll be honest with you. The size, I like the size.
Yeah.
The way it's positioned, it's not like it's like laying flat. It looks like it's coming out of the water, like it's coming to attack. The mouth is open, as you see.
Which is cool, because like if you're, let's say, on your front yard, if you're doing like a display, let's say with like the pirate ship or the Sea Witch that I was mentioning from Lowe's, but still, if you get like blue tarp and a fog machine and then put like Jaws coming out, it is sick. It looks very detailed, and it looks very...
Yes, I love how they did like the two set of the rows of the teeth.
Yeah.
You know, they put the blood on it.
He's cool.
Now, that one, would you want that one? Or is that one like, you're like, it's cool, but not in your setup?
I think it's amazing. I think it maybe is not necessarily our current vibe. Like, maybe once we get the pirate ship, if we're like, listen, we're going like sea creature galore, like let's get a Kraken, let's get all this stuff, then maybe.
I am when it's a licensed, or I don't know if that's licensed, but when it's like comes from like a movie.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for that. I'm like, you know, like it, Megan, Jaws. What I would do with it, if we got it, I'll put it right behind the pirate ship. Because the pirate ship, when you look at the pirate ship, it's like tilted a little bit.
Yeah.
So it looks like it got
chomped.
Yeah, so
I like that.
I'll put Jaws right behind it somehow, if that will work.
What I was thinking for the Jaws is less for like a Halloween setup, and more for like a movie theater setup.
Yes, that
like
would
if you're having like a movie party.
Yes, I can see that. Yes.
You know, and it's like, oh, by the way, Jaws is in one corner and whatever else is in the other. We're gonna have like a movie night. That's like a cool. Yeah, I think I view it more as a novelty everyday animatronic and less of a Halloween.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Also, too, next to the shark, the Jaws, we call it Jaws. We don't know if it's licensed, but next to the shark, we have the man in the rocking chair.
He walks back and
forth.
The
fisherman,
yes.
I should say.
Yes, he's a fisherman. I guess he didn't catch anything because he's dead. No.
He's been waiting a long time. He's cool. I like what I do like is the tying in. They have like the shark tooth around his neck. So, like, that's kind of cool. If you have, like, the shark, you have him.
I like the rocking movement. That, you know, they've had that before, but I do like that type of movement.
I forget who had it last year, but there was someone that had, like, the guy sitting in the rocking chair, and it freaked me out. Like, we clicked it, and it started rocking, and I felt like that thing was just going to stand up out of its chair, and it scared me. That was very, very accurate. So, yeah, he's a good one. I think what they also somewhat brought back, I guess you would say, this year is like the tiered 3 characters. Last year it was like 3 clowns, and we said toward the end of the season when like the store started quieting down and there was less animatronics playing and you could actually hear their audio, they were cute. They were like fighting. They were like, oh, get off me. Oh, you play the trap, I'll do this. Like, so it looks like they're bringing that like
this it looks like with back. Zombies though, it looks like, right?
And they have like clubs and stuff. And I saw in the other video, you see them like next to each other, all lined up. So I think it's like the other ones where you could either stack them or you could stand them next to each other. And again, that's really cool because depending on space and what kind of format you're going for, they could be like 3 fighting zombies or they could be like all stacked up.
I think they're cool. Like if I went to a haunted house attraction, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. But nothing that I would personally spend my money on.
It's funny that you said that's exactly I was going to say. I think they're perfect for someone that's like setting up like a haunted house or a haunted walkthrough, whether you have them stacked or lined up, I think they're a good creepy addition.
I will buy them if they sold them like individually.
Mm-hmm.
Like I might buy one of them.
Yeah.
Like the one on top looks pretty cool. You know, he has like a flannel, I believe it's on, right? So right
with
there,
his hair.
I'll put my hair just like it and then be him for Halloween, you know?
That's why you like him. He looks like you. No. I like the one on the bottom. I think because for some reason his eyes just look so bugged. And he looks so zombie-ish. Like, that's the one. I was like, oh, he reminds you almost of, like, there was a movie, like, The Black Cauldron. And, like, the one little furry creature with the big eyes. That's what it reminds me of.
And they're also bringing back a favorite, Skelly dog.
Like, think about it. You get a giant Skelly dressed as me. A giant Skelly dressed as you. Mini Skellys dressed as our future children. Skelly dog. Like, where's Skelly cat? Justice for Skelly cat. Skelly hamster. Skelly fish tank. Like, they could go a whole route here. You know how people have those stickers on their car of, like, who's riding in the car? They could do that, but now you could do it on your lawn in all the Skelly versions.
We could do that? Well, I was thinking something different. My thing was probably, like, put it in front of the hearse. Like, it's dragging the hearse. I do got the pony that they came out with last year for it. But
the dog would be cute.
Yeah, right? And they're also bringing out a pig butcher this year.
Yes.
It looks like, yes.
Which kind of reminds me of, like, Saw a little bit, right? Like the pig with
the mask that he has on.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it because it's like, it's the opposite. It's like, usually, you know, the butcher is butchering the pig.
Yeah.
Now it's like the...
That would be a really cool setup. You know how people do, like, the butchers and they buy, like, all, like, the meat, not real meat, but the fake...
The fake arms, the fake, You
could do that, and it's, like, the pig butcher cutting up, like, all the fake arms and legs, like, reverse the...
So that's a good one.
I like it, too, because, again, I think it goes back to the whole different. You have an ogre, it's different. You have a leprechaun, it's different. You have a pig butcher. Like, it's more branching out from, like, the typical ones that you see.
Which is...
This guy I wanted to mention, because I know last year we had gotten like a Grim Reaper with like a red robe.
Yes.
They have a Grim Reaper with a black robe, and what I love about it is he has like the scroll, what I would deem like the scroll of names in his hand. I think that's pretty cool.
That is. And he also has, what's that?
Is it a scythe, a sickle?
Only thing that I wish he would have maybe moved that, what do you call it, the sickle?
Like, it's either a sickle or a scythe. Like, move that and then have the...
Yes.
But I do like the list. I think that's a different, like, touch.
Yes.
I think you don't often see that. I know you really liked this one.
Ooh, yes. The Gravedigger, there we go. And what I like about this one is that it's stepping on, like, a little skull head. Like, he has, like, his leg up, like, if he's, like just one, like, like, get down there, you know, like...
And he's, like, on the dirt mound. And, like, the skeleton pops out, and he just, like... you know, steps on it and he has like,
get back.
shovel. Yeah, like,
get back down there into your hole.
That I think that's very like unique to have that. And if
he has the bag, like, you know, if he's like carrying like, I don't know, the body parts or whatever he's carrying in there.
And if you have like a graveyard set up with like tombstones and bones, we always see that. Like if you have the hearse, people have it on the lawn with like the hearse.
Ooh, yes.
Now I got an idea. Think about it.
I do.
You have the hearse. You have like tombstones. You have this guy in front of one of the tombstones, like burying people. That's pretty sick.
And what I like about, if you look at his clothes, they're dirty. It's not just the clean. Mm-hmm. You know, the Gravedigger shouldn't be clean.
Yeah, he should be.
And I think they did it. Look, the on top of the hat, he's dirty, you know? So that adds to it.
It almost reminds me of, like, the guy that's, like, monitoring the graves at, like, the Disney Haunted Mansion, but, like, scary version, which is, I like him. I think he's really cool. And again, he has the bones around the neck, which I like that they do those little tie-ins so that if you do get, let's say, like the witch, you know what I mean? They all fit like a similar...
Hey, they could be husband and wife.
Yeah. See, love. Now we need both. See, this is what happens when you say husband and wife. Now I want both.
And well, this has been our first discussion sit down, right?
Yeah.
We've never really talked in front of the microphone like this.
As you guys know, if you've been following along, we share our collections. We share, you know, what we've accumulated, what we've unboxed and all that kind of stuff, but we haven't yet sat down to talk about the releases, so this was really exciting to do.
Yes. We'll keep doing more.
Yes. We hope that if you enjoyed this video...
You subscribe. Thank you so much.
And we appreciate the support from our fellow guilty collectors.
Thank you so much, and see you next time.
Ta-ta!